Hi, this is Doug of Doug Ash Photography, and today I want to go through one of my, actually what led up to one of my favorite images, and probably one of my most liked images so far, my July 4th, 2018 fireworks shot. I was actually leaving, I was hanging out with my parents the night of July 4th, my brother's family basically. I was driving across the river, had my camera with me in case I did decide to go ahead and stop and do some night shots, night photography. Then kind of last minute decided to actually try to catch some fireworks. So I drove down a popular spot and intended on shooting underneath the Nickel Bridge in Richmond because I knew fireworks were going to be on kind of on that side of the river, but come to find out that road was blocked. And I mean, if you're familiar with Richmond, that would have been like way back over this way to the left. So I kind of went with the alternative route, knew that there was going to be fireworks off to the right of me at Libby Hill, way over here, out of this image. Just kind of setting things up here for y'all guys. But what I did is I parked on the Hall Street. There's a little pull-off spot, a little parking lot near the flood wall, and walked to this spot, not really knowing if I was going to be the only one there. I knew that you could see fireworks from here, just from what I've heard. Come to find out, there's actually people already setting up with chairs, and more people started showing up. So it ended up being kind of a really good spot to watch the fireworks. I really didn't know what I was in for, but I just went with it. So set up, took some practice shots. The city was cool. I was hoping to get some sunset colors, but I guess this was after sunset, wasn't a whole lot there. But either way, it kind of helped me get my camera squared away. And also, let me point out, I only had my 50mm and my 24mm with me. It's kind of my landscape combo, generally what I carry with me. 24 obviously for landscapes, 50 for anything that I feel like I need to get a little bit closer to, but I like that. It kind of helps keep things lightweight. I did have my tripod with me because I was thinking I was going to get fireworks. I knew that was necessary, so I had it with me, playing around with it here. I guess 8 seconds so you can see a little bit of the water being all silky smooth. So next image, this was my first test, and a lot of these I believe, this one's a little tweaked but not really super tweaked. Just kind of testing out. I didn't know where the fireworks were going to come, if they were going to be here, dead center, over to the left. All these people were here waiting, so I figured they were going to be able to be seen, all these cars parked here. So I just kind of try to hang here to figure out what was going on before I move forward. Lovely couple here enjoying city view, I guess, before the fireworks. And 4 seconds, high stop, or immediate, not even high, top 6. Just got a little flare in the lights. Next, I think this was one of the first couple fireworks. You can see they were like, oh sweet, the fireworks are coming. But at this point, if I realized if that was all I was going to be working with, that I was going to have to move, change angles, because my whole intent was I wanted these fireworks above all these people. I want to be able to look like fireworks like over their shoulder. So you can see I moved a little bit closer, basically down like this walkway here. And cool fireworks, still nothing. I mean, I might have been planted with the tripod, but it was kind of a lazy plant. Again, I was just testing out positions. You see these people blurry, they were moving around a little bit. 4 second exposure there with the wide angle lens. Next was my 50, again, seeing if I could try to get over the shoulder, anything cool. Again, this was sloppy, I was not stationed up. Again, just testing things out. Here I was starting to get a little more serious, starting to kind of get in the mix. You see it's a little more crowded with all these people here. I was kind of starting to visualize, or starting to piece together what I wanted. I wanted people in the shot, sky, and fireworks. And this was a 2 second exposure. I guess I wasn't at this point really trying to get the burst of the firework. I was still testing things out. But I know I needed to get basically these people higher and this firework in the sky sitting over top of their shoulders. So I got lower. What I did, there's a little walkway down here to the left. Well, not that guy's butt, but walkway right back here. So I actually went to that walkway, went down. That's where this next shot comes in. And this is where things clicked. So I was back over this way. This is the walkway here. I was over back here, but kind of behind these people. Then I walked down this walkway, got the fireworks above them, but realized I needed to get lower. So luckily this ramp went all the way back down, closer to the river. So like I got down kind of to right there, along this stretch along the bank, and looked up. And that's actually where this image came from. This is the shot, unedited, uncropped. This was what I was going for. But again, I was only working with my 50mm. I couldn't zoom in a whole lot. You could see the walkway that I walked down. So I basically started here, looped around, walked down behind these people, walked down this ramp, and got this where I wanted in reference to people there. Things taking forever. Sky, fireworks have been going off a little while, so it definitely adds some the smoke to the sky pretty much. Next image is edited. What I did, my favorite thing here is bring out the highlights, make everything super detailed, pop. Excuse me, they brought out the shadows so that you can actually see the details on the rocks here. Then I changed white balance, just went auto, just basically kind of blued it up a little bit. You see the difference there. But also with that shadows, what I did since I bumped that up, this is another reason I love Nikon RAW so much is, or at least the 750 RAW, my Nikon D750, captures details in the shadows. And that's a huge, that helped how I shoot. Because I do depend heavily on bringing out the details in the shadows. But I know I needed to get tighter in. This is still a cool image, still pretty tall, but you lose kind of track of what those people are, what they're doing. So enter huge crop. This is the image here. I did a square at the time, and it worked out. I posted it on Instagram. If I was to ever get this printed, which I don't know if I'd actually do it, because I did have to edit it a good amount to make the image that I was looking for. I don't know if I'll probably go like a little bit wider instead of the crop, the square crop. But because I took this, I guess with a full frame, nice camera, I was able to keep a lot of the details. Everything looks really crisp, still really good. And then you could see the small details, like a little light. The girl, she had some type of light source. I don't know if it's her. She was trying to take pictures, or they had a headlamp, but that kind of adds some detail in the bottom. We got this dude watching the lights. Some of these people moving a little bit, but him standing there stoically watching the fireworks. I think this one I saw was a 2-second exposure, 2.5. So I think I had been shooting around a 4, and then like fireworks just happened so quick. I was playing around between like a 2-second exposure, 4-second exposure. This one just happened to be when I was on the 2-second exposure, so it was, or 2.5-second exposure. So it was a little bit of luck. I knew the window I needed to be in. So I think in some of the other ones, 2, 2, 2, 4. Maybe I found out that 4-second was too much for what I wanted, so I started shortening my exposure to the 2-second, and that actually worked out, 2.5. F-stop was just kind of what I ran with because it was so dark. I wanted to bring in a good amount of light, so I chose the 4 f-stop. And then again, this is with my 50mm. So that kind of explains the huge crop between these two images. But that's actually step-by-step process. I tried to go out and film a video of me walking around, but that didn't quite turn out so well. So I think this walkthrough is actually pretty solid. Hope y'all guys enjoyed it.